All right, today I'll go straight to the point because there's a conversation I want us to have here. President William Ruto just donated 20 million Kenyan shillings to a church in Nairobi, Kenya, at a place called Roysambu. And this money, he went to that church, he visited that church, and he heard that the church is having a construction, okay? And therefore, he donated 20 million Kenyan shillings to that church. I want you to listen to him giving that 20 million Kenyan shillings. And also he said he gave a pledge of 100 million Kenyan shillings. He said during the fundraising, the time that the fundraising will be happening, I'm going to consult my friends. I'm going to talk to some of my friends here and there. And then I'm also going to raise a sum of 100 million shillings. My question is, do you know what 120 million Kenyan shillings can do for you when you're a Kenyan and you're here in Kenya? Do you know how much can it help? Do you know how many things can it build here in Kenya? 120 million Kenyan shillings. But he went to a church, he gave 20 million Kenyan shillings. He promised, he pledged also 100 million Kenyan shillings to that church. I want you to look and watch this video, and then we shall talk about myself. I will give 20 million first.
Come on, guys.
Is that okay? Is that okay? So you start doing those things, prepare, because it said you're being billed. And I have accepted. I will also come again and we do a fundraising together. Is that okay, Jesus winner? And that fundraising, I want you to listen to me very well. I want you to listen to me very well. In that fundraising, the way this man has said, this man said here, this pastor, he said, it should be placed a polling station here so that you cannot mix yourself with other people, so that it could be known who has voted where. And in this church also, in this fundraising, I also want to be given my own polling station. So that I can go and arrange myself with my friends. I go and arrange myself with my friends. We look for 100 million and bring it here. Thank you.
Asanteni.
Thank you.
Asanteni.
I want you to listen to me.
Sikizeni.
I want you to listen to me.
Sikizeni.
Thank you so much.
Asanteni sana.
I am telling you this.
Nawaambia hivi. Kanisa hii tutajenga ili
This church we shall build so that we can be able to ashame the enemies of our country.
Yes.
Now, giving a sum of 100, or rather, giving a sum of 120 million Kenyan shillings for a church setup is not a problem, and it's not bad because you're helping. Maybe these people need help, and maybe these people they want to build something that is maybe high class, and it's okay because maybe it's an act of showing you have a good heart, or rather you have a heart that is of help. But now the question is, now the Kenya as a country, as a state, is in a very bad place right now. The crisis that is in Kenya today, it's very bad. Like, Kenya is not in a good state, economically, financially, and everything. People are complaining left, right, center. Women, they are complaining, the mama mboga, the boda, the common mwananchi, common citizens, children's parents who cannot be able to feed their children, so all these things. Citizens are being overtaxed because of the taxes, like because of the implementations and the things that the president has put across, and therefore a lot of people, they are going through a lot of things. Okay. Number one, we need to understand, or need to know, before the president comes out and gives gives 20 million in cash in a church, because I heard that this church wants to build a setup of 1.2 billion shillings. So a church that wants to put a setup of 1.2 billion shillings, it means this church, number one, it can stand for itself. It means it is already a big church and a huge church, okay, that can stand for itself. And therefore, so number one, as a president or as a head of the state, you need to tell us that, you need to make us understand, how did you get this 120? How will you get it 120 million? Because the salary of the president here in Kenya is 2 million per month, every month, 2 million. So which means if you're giving out 20 million Kenyan shillings, that means you're going to use a salary of 10 months to give a donation, okay, to a country, to a church. That's a salary of 10 months, because 2 million Kenyan shillings per month, okay? So 10 months multiplied by 2, that is 20 million Kenyan shillings. So it means you're taking your salary of 20 months to go and donate to a church, okay? Now, he also promised 100 million Kenyan shillings. If you're giving this money to the church, this is now the conversation I want us to have. Because this is the head of the state. And if you're giving this money to the church, number one, you need to actually, because if you're a head of state, you're not supposed to be splashing money anyhow. Because in Kenya, there is a problem. And you know, Mr. President is going to that church, and these are the things we don't want to hear. He's going to that church to donate that kind of money, because he has always been going to that church. When he has been like receiving a lot of credits and a lot of things in that church. That is the church that has always supported him during his presidential bid, during his Uhuru Kenyatta's presidential bid, when he was the deputy president. They've always backed them, even if when every other people would say no, they've always backed them. Okay, so he has some things that is taking him there. To be able to give that kind of money is like buying votes. Okay, it's like buying votes. It's as good as buying votes, because there are people who are in that church, and they were really celebrating. My question is, these people who are celebrating, because that man is going to benefit a certain number of people, like a few people, because this man came to a church and he donated money, and we are good. We feel good because a lot of money have been given to us, so we feel good. So that money is going to benefit a certain number of people, a few people. But we have people in this country right now that they are not in a good state. They are struggling, they are crying, they are suffering because they don't have money. They can't go to school, they can't find anything to put on the table. Like, their lives is just a mess. And they are crying every day, and still the government is still overtaxing people. So you overtax like 5 million people or 6 million people, and then you go and give this money to a few people at a certain place simply because you want to make them happy so that they can convince other people to vote for you. Okay? I know if there is a time that Mr. President will splash a lot of money, is a time like this because he needs people to vote for him. And he knows very well that people have lost faith in him. So he's going to do everything. He's going to try to do everything to make sure he's buying votes so that people can vote for him. Okay? So my question is, are we really going to change our country if we can rejoice and we can be happy and we can celebrate on issues like these ones? Are we really going to save ourselves? Will we change this country? Will we change what is happening in this country? Because everybody right now should be preaching the gospel of asking Mr. President now to go home, because Mr. President has failed this country. He has failed a lot. Okay? And these are the things that normally happens. I want you to listen to how these people were celebrating.
Ruto, Ruto. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Asanteni sana. Asanteni. Asanteni.
And so the question remains, will we be deceived again, my good people? Because Kenya has really suffered, and we are getting to a point when we cannot accept things like this to happen again. But you see, this is what they always do. They would go out there and they would do some 1, 2, 3 things. They will convince people using money, okay? And especially the old people are the ones who will always vote for these people, because when they are given something small, they run to the government and they vote for these people. And so, like, are we going to be deceived again? Yeah? Because President, I've even seen something where Gen Zs have already begun threatening that church, the JCC. They've already begun threatening that church. They say, occupy that church, okay? And it's going to be very bad, because things like these are the things that actually Kenyans don't really want to hear. Because Ruto, first of all, President Ruto is a liar. Because President Ruto has been to church last Sunday donating money, 20 million, and he also promised during the fundraising he's going to give 100 million. Okay? That is President Ruto. But I want to play for you this clip so that you can be able to see, we can be able to compare notes, because I want to prove to you that President Ruto is a liar. And President Ruto, these even the reasons to why they are calling him Mr. Lies. Because President Ruto lies every time. He lies anyhow. Like, he doesn't even fear lying. I want you to, you've seen the video where he just gave money. That was last Sunday, 20 million. He also promised 100 million. The other time, he was addressing the nation and he said, no state officer should be spot or should be seen donating money anywhere. Watch this video.
No state officer or public servant shall participate in public contributions or harambee going forward. No state officer or public servant shall participate in public contributions or harambee going forward.
And so President William Ruto, first of all, he is a big liar. And this president just lies. He lies every time, he lies anywhere, and people don't see this. Because, I don't know, are we supposed to, or I think we are making a church begin to look like a place where there is no life anymore, okay? Because we know very well this man has lied. This man lies every time. Because he is, as far as I'm concerned, President William Ruto is still a state officer, because he's the president of this country, okay, of this state of Kenya, and therefore he's still a state officer. For him to say no, any state officer should be spotted, should be seen donating or contributing money to any function, okay, and then he himself comes again and start donating money, a lot of money, not just little money. That's a lot of money. Yeah, it is something that really needs to that people really need to talk about. It is something that should raise a lot of alarm. So President William Ruto is telling people, state officers, not to be seen donating money, and then he realized that the only thing that can save me right now for coming back to the office come 2027 is only if I can buy votes using money, because this is like buying votes. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You see, those people are celebrating, and you are celebrating, you don't know the money being given is a money that is stolen. That money is stolen because it's a corrupt money, because 100 million is a lot of money. 20 million is also a lot of money. So 120 million is going to be a lot of money. And then the man says, I'm going to consult my friends and ask them to help me so that I can be able to bring 100 million. There is no friends that President William Ruto is going to consult. He's just going to pick that money somewhere and bring it to the church. That is what they do always, and that is what they have always done. When President William Ruto was going to the United States of America during the time that Joe Biden was on the seat, he used a private jet. And this private jet, I think, it was he used around 100 million just to go to the United States of America. And when he was being asked, where did you get all this money? Because people began suspecting President Ruto, and everybody was asking themselves, where did the president got all this money? And he came out and began saying, my friends and other people, people of the goodwill helped me with this money, which is a lie. You know, that's a very big lie, but sometimes we are fooled, and we don't want to accept this being fooled. We don't want to speak out and say this is being fooled. We just want to continue being fooled. I don't know why human beings sometimes are. Because if you're celebrating over that, and you really know very well the state of this country, and you are celebrating. Remember, Ruto has been mentioned and termed as the second most corrupt president in the whole world. Okay? And he's not even the second most corrupt president. He is now the first most corrupt president in the world, because the other president of, was it Syria or what? He ran away. He's nowhere to be seen. So President William Ruto remains the first most corrupt president in the world. Okay? And you are there receiving money from him, 20 million, 100 million, and you are happy. You feel like everything is okay. Everything is not okay. And we have to change. We have to make a change, because we are going at a bad place. We are leading this country at a bad place. And the only people who can change this country are Kenyans themselves. Are you people, the youths, and people who are living in this country. Because you don't expect any politician to come and change this country. Politicians will come, they will continue doing the same things they are doing time and again. You will remain there crying, and this country will continue to burn. Right now, we are at a very bad state right now. Okay? So the churches of this country should be doing away with these people, should be doing away with the politicians. The other time they said, churches should not hold, churches should not keep politicians. Okay? Because the character of politicians suddenly got changed. They began doing very bad things. And when they come to church, they tend to change everything in the church. And the people of the church are being asked to keep off from these people, to do away with these people. Or even if they want to come to church, let them come to church and fellowship with other people, just as other people back there at the seats in the church, not being given front seats and being treated like gods when they have come to church. Sometimes even they come late, and the church mass or the church service has to stop so you can be able to receive the president or the MP or the governor, and then we shall continue with the service later. No. What is that? Is he God? Yeah? So these people the church should be refusing these things. The other time he went to the church, and a Catholic church, and that father was given 1.2 million, and he said he's going to reverse that money. He doesn't want that money. That's what we want. The other Sunday, the Sunday before this Sunday that has just passed, he went to a church, And that pastor really told him the truth. He spoke about corruption. He spoke about bribery. He spoke about theft. He spoke about looting. He spoke about killing of the extrajudicial killings in this country. He spoke about everything. Those are the kind of things you're supposed to be doing. Not praising people when they are doing wrong. Not celebrating when people are doing wrong. You are given money today, 120 million. It is okay. You have that money. It's going to help you build your church. But remember, Mr. President needs to, in fact, the AAC, is it the AAC or what? They should come out, those bodies, and start interrogating Mr. President. Because this guy is being paid 2 million every month. You're paid 2 million every month as a head of state. And then you're donating 20 million. That is a salary of 10 months. Okay? You're donating your salary of 10 good months. Yeah? So things like these ones, we are not supposed to actually, we're not supposed to support things like these ones. We have to stand against them and say the truth, because only the truth will set us free as the people of this country. These people are now buying votes because they know Kenyans have lost faith in them. This is why I'm telling you they're buying votes. This member of parliament stood in that church and said, we want the IEBC, when the IEBC commission is going to be formed, we want that commission to put a polling station for us here, so that members of this church would go and vote, all of them, for President William Ruto, so that President William Ruto will know this church belongs to him. That is like buying votes. So when you come there and give that amount of money, everybody will think you're a good person, that people are just accusing you for nothing. And then they will wake up very early in the morning, they will go to the polling station, and they will vote for you, which is very bad. When they vote for you, you get back to the government and you start doing things that are bad. I want to urge all Kenyans and every African people, when your leader is doing bad, do not support it. Because by supporting it, that is how now we are killing ourselves. President Ibrahim Traore said, we are not supposed to support bad. When things are bad, do not support. And President Ibrahim Traore also said, do not be deceived. Do not be lied to. Do not be misled. Do not accept it. Do not accept it. Not be enslaved. Not accept to be led in the wrong way. Always be on the right way. Be on the right way. And when you hear somebody trying to deceive you or misleading you or misdirecting you, please say no to it. Refuse it, say no to it, and take a step that is right. We can only save this country if we want to save this country ourselves. Because this country, people who can save this country are we youths and many other people who are in this country. If we can accept to be fooled, we have been fooled for many times, many years. People of Africa, African people, black people have been fooled for many years. We have been fooled for many years because of dirty politics. They come, they lie to us, they deceive us, we vote for them. Africa, let's wake up. Africa, let's unite. Africa, let's do things that are right. Let's try and make sure we are doing things that are right. Do not be deceived. This money will come. You'll be given this money. You'll vote for this person. But the moment this person gets to the government, he will press you, and you're supposed to be learning, especially Kenyans. You're supposed to be learning right now. And you're supposed to be placing yourself in a position where you're not going to make a mistake again. Can we not vote into the government again people who are corrupt and people who does not care about other people, because we shall be killing our own selves. Let us wake up. Let us wake up. Let us wake up. This is a wake-up call so that we know what we are supposed to be doing. And churches in Kenya and all pastors around the world and around Africa, come on. You are the people who are supposed to be providing solutions for whenever the country is going astray. Not the people who will be supporting bad whenever the country is going astray. So we have to make a change. Do let me know what you have to say in the comment section. I'll do my best to make sure I read all of them and reply all of them where possible. I am the African Streamline. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. My black people from diaspora, from Caribbean, from Africa in particular, I love you so much. Adios muchachos, guys.